if we can finish off, ladies, and then we can get underway for this afternoon. This morning, not this afternoon. It's been a long time. Yeah, so we can get going this morning. So if you'd like to finish off. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Day 6, Session 11 of the Lancashire County Championships for 2019. These championships can only take place with the freely given time and efforts of our volunteers. The organisers would like to thank them for their hard work before, during and after the swimming, ensuring that the events are as trouble-free as possible. Thanks also is given to the management and staff of the Manchester Aquatic Centre for their cooperation and support. This venue is a no-smoking venue, which includes the use of electronic cigarettes. And to protect the environment, we ask that all rubbish be placed in the litter bins provided, whether on poolside or in the spectators' gallery. For safety and comfort, we advise that you do not leave any property unattended, as the centre staff may remove this if it is left unattended. Events for this morning are event 601, the men's 10 years and over 50 metres breaststroke. 602 is the women's 10 years and over 200 metres freestyle. 603 is the men's 12 years and over 800 metres freestyle. And then 604 to 610 are the finals from the men's 50 metres breaststroke. In the interest of fair play, we ask that we switch off or set to silent any mobile phones or pages, as if one should activate and sound at the start of a race, it may jeopardise a competitor's position. We also ask for silence and no flash photography once the swimmers have been called to their blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto poolside our team of technical officials. Referees for this morning is Kath Cotton and Mr. Dave Collins, and our starter is Mr. John Wafer. Officials, please take your seats, and the competition will start in just a few moments' time. First event this morning is event 601, which is the men's 10 years and over 50 metres breaststroke. There are 15 heats. And as we do always, start with heat number 1. So in this first heat, we have in lane 3, Archie Dandy from Bolton Metro, Joshua Hayes from Wigan Best in lane 4, and Gordon Ballantyne from Fleetwood in lane 5. And into the last 15, it looks as though Gordon Ballantyne looks as though he might just have the edge over Joshua Hayes. And as we come under the flags, it looks as though it could be Gordon. He does, he gets it 45.01 from Joshua, and then Archie. I'll wait for the confirmation of that result. There we have it as we move on to heat 2. Heat 2, Joshua Keogh from Leyland Barracudas. Isaac Jones from Preston is in lane 3. Steve McKenzie from Crosby in 4, and Dylan Foster from Southport, who has that slight edge probably over lane 6. Jonathan Waters from Blackpool Aquatics. And it looks as though Jonathan is just starting to come through as we come to the end into the last 5 metres. It's going to be between those two. And then William Irvin in lane 7 from Crosby. And it was Jonathan Waters came through just on that last bit. And we have confirmation of the result as we move on to heat number 3. This heat 3, Joseph Paul from Fleetwood and his teammate Patrick Southall in lane 2. Corbin Waite, City of Salford in 3. Harrison Byrom from Oldham in 4. Oliver Crooks, Bolton Metro in 5. Felix Brakewell from Carforth in 6. Ethan Kelly from Crosby in 7. And Matthew Sawyers from Wigan Best in 8. As we come down into the 5 metres, Harrison Byrom, 43.88. From Patrick Southall and Oliver Crooks, and there we have confirmation of the result. And we move on to heat number 4.
And in heat 4, in lane 1 is Jack Duff from Southport. Lane 2, Oliver Parry from Oldham Aquatics. 3 is Alex Blackburn from Everton. Lane 4 is Oscar Smith from Flixton. 5 is Ethan Roberts from Chorley Marlins. 6 is Lewis Gilbert, also from Flixton. 7 is George Sutton from Southport. And in lane 8, Thomas Ball from Fleetwood. Looks like the swimmer in lane 4, Oscar Smith from Flixton, taking this heat out. It is, touching in a time of 38.80. a result that's confirmed. There is a disqualification in this heat. Confirmed on the board in lane 6. Just to confirm from the previous heat, a disqualification report for lane 6. And now in heat 5, we have lane 1, Mark Tomsit from Bolton Metro. Lane 2 is Jack Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 3, Eber Meyer Clayton from Flixton. 4 is Jack Ashton from Bolton Metro. Lane 6 is Robbie Bishop from Southport. Lane 7, Alex Dragan from Blackpool Aquatics. And in lane 8, Daniel Cannavan from Aquabears. And it's lane 4, Jack Ashton from Bolton Metro. Time of 38.16 is confirmed. Heat 6. In Heat 6, Lane 1 is Annan Clark from Lancaster. Lane 2, Jake Christon from the City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 3, Fergus Hotchkiss from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 4 is Leonardo Defort from the Isle of Man. 5, Thomas O'Donnell from Southport. 6 is Harvey Kinnear from Preston. Lane 7, Callum Rowland from Southport. And Lane 8, Thomas Hamlet from the City of Salford. And it is lane 5, Thomas O'Donnell from Southport, touching in a time of 36.89, is a confirmed time. Heat 7.
In lane 1, Sam Duncan from City of Salford. Lane 2, Alexander Shearer from Blackpool Aquatics. 3, Sam Curran from Pioneer 79 and his teammate Rhys Griffiths. In lane 4, Iayitwa from City of Manchester. And Swang Mingwa from Aquabears in lane 6. Lewis Wong, whose birthday it is today, from Bolton Metro in 7, and Nathan Hoy from the City of Salford was. And we have a disqualification in that previous heat, lane 7. And that is confirmed as a result as we move on to heat 8. And heat 8, we've got Ewan Blackwell from Carnforth, Harry Robinson from Pioneer 79. In 2, Charles Kelly from Southport. In 3, Lewis Winston. Leyland Barracudas in 4, Harry Rowland from Southport. In 5, Ben Haughton, City of Manchester. In 6, Mason Galley from Southport. In 7, and Bradley Snaylam from Leyland Barracudas in 8. And it looks like lane 3, Charles Kelly. Southport, 34.42 from Bradley Snaylam and Ewan Blackwell. That's confirmed as a result, and we move on to heat 9. And in this heat 9, we've got Matthew Gregory from Wigan Best, Isaac Quarry, Lancaster. In 2, Rory Fitzgerald from Stretford. In 3, Adam Tillin from Liverpool Penguins. In 4, Caleb Griffiths, Crosby. In 5, Harvey Lowe, Isle of Man. In 6, Adam Russ from Prescott. In 7, and Joseph Arcangelo from Charlie Marlins in lane 8. But it is Adam Tillin from Liverpool Penguins, 34-16 from Harvey Lowe. And that's confirmed as a result. And we move on to Heat 10.
In Heat 10, Lane 2 is Max Delaney from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 3, Joshua Thompson from Orca. 4 is Tom Arkwright from Leyland. 5, Tobias Pilkington from Burnley Bobcats. 6 is Lewis Mailer from Orca. 7, Sam Corzin from Horwich. And lane 8, Oliver Zhang Warmington from Blackburn. Very close at the finish. And just touching them out is Josh Thompson from Orca. So it's not, it's Max Delaney from Leyland Barracudas. 35.09 is the result confirmed. Heat 11. Heat 11 is Matthew Charlesworth from Blackpool in lane 1. Lane 2 is Jacob Scott from Wigan Best. Adam Jones from the City of Manchester in lane 3. Ben Porter from Leyland Barracudas in 4. Sean Sutton from City of Salford is in lane 5. Patrick Donnelly from Everton in lane 6. Oliver Taylor from City of Manchester in 7. And One Eye Tam, also City of Manchester, in lane number 8. And it is in lane 1, Matthew Charlesworth from Blackpool Aquatics. Time of 34.13 confirmed. Heat 12. Heat 12 is lane 1, Bailey Boyd-Orst from Aquabears. Lane 2, Lewis Peake from Isle of Man. 3, Joshua Maitland from Ormskirk. Lane 4, Ruben Roboth and Keating from City of Manchester Aquatics. 5 is Fraser Cooke from Southport. Lane 6, Joel Pollard from Wigan Best. 7 is Lewis Crosby from Stretford. And lane 8, Matthew Spencer from Southport. And Joel Pollard from Wigan Best in a time of 33.54 takes that heat. Is a confirmed result. Heat 13.
And in this Heat 13, we have in lane 1, Matthew Rooney from Everton, Joshua Morrison from Liverpool Penguins in 2, Toby Ranson from City of Manchester in 3, Kenan Young from Preston in 4, Dakota Ravatali from Burnley Bobcats in 5, Robin Austin from Carforth in 6, Connor Dunkley, City of Manchester in 7, and Alexander Turnbull from the Isle of Man in lane 8. And it's Kenan Young, 30.35 from Dakota Ravatali. And then Robin Austin, and that's confirmed as a result. But we move on to Heat 14. And then this Heat 14, we've got William Bridgeford, City of Salford, Jake Reynolds from Pioneer 79, James Parker from Preston in 3, Samuel Goldrick Oldham Aquatics in 4, Jack O'Brien from City of Manchester in 5, George Robinson, Preston in 6, Ben Makin from Pioneer 79 in 7, and Adam Akik from Bolton Metro in lane 8. And it was Samuel Goldrick from Jack O'Brien, and then James Parker. And that's confirmed as a result. And we move on to our final heat, Heat 15. And in this, the final heat, we have Daniel O'Brien, Liverpool Penguins in 1, Luke Hoey from City of Salford in 2, Rio Quarry from Preston in 3, Robert Cowley had a good day yesterday from the City of Manchester in 4, Jack Roberts, City of Liverpool in 5, Nathan Holmes, Preston in 6, Luke Adams, City of Salford in 7, and Ellis Cleworth from Liverpool, City of Liverpool, and Jack Roberts, Luke Hoey. Robert Cowley. God, I'll get this right in a minute. I'll just read everybody's name out. And that brings us to the end of event 601. We move on to event 602, which is the women's 10 years and over 200 meters freestyle. There are 25 heats, and we start with heat number 1.
And in heat 1 of the 200 meters freestyle, we have in lane 3, Alice Volkovoya from the City of Salford, Isabella Holmes from Flixton in lane 4, and Grace Nichols from Blackpool Aquatics in lane 5. As they come to the end of the first 100 meters, it is in lane 3, Alice Volkovaya from City of Salford, turning in a time of 1:20.01. Isabella Holmes and Grace Nichols matching each other in lane 4 and 5, just a second apart at the turn. All three girls increase their stroke rate as they turn into the last 50 metres. Alice, though, not giving up any ground as they come across 25 metres to go. And it looks like Grace Nichols in lane 5, the Blackpool swimmer, with 15 metres to go, just pulling away slightly from Isabella Holmes. But it will be lane 3, Alice Volkovoya from City of Salford, finishing first in a time of 2 minutes 45.94 from Grace and Isabella Holmes from Flixton in third. That is a result confirmed. Heat 2. In this second heat, we have in lane 2, Isabel Lloyd from Wigan Best. Lane 3, Grace Robotham Keating from the City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 4 is Ebony Thorburn from Southport. 5 is Harriet Rawlings, also from Southport. Lane 6 is Lily Duke from Stretford. 7 is Amelie Bloxage from the City of Salford. And as they turn at 50 metres, it's Harriet Rawlings from Southport taking them out in a time of 35.44. And it looks like the Southport swimmer is setting the pace across this first 100 metres. But a strong second leg as they come down for 15 metres to go to 100 metres. In lane 2, Isabel Lloyd. And Grace Robotham Keating in lane 3, sticking very close to these two swimmers. But it's lane 5, Harriet Rawlings turning first in a time of 1:16.91. I have the finalists for the men's 50 metres breaststroke in the 10 and 11 year age group. Finalists are William Irvine from Crosby, Stephen Mackenzie from Crosby, Dylan Foster from Southport, Oliver Parry from Oldham Aquatics, Jonathan Waters from Blackpool Aquatics, Harrison Byrom from Oldham, Gordon Ballantyne from Fleetwood, and Ethan Kelly from Crosby. Reserve finalists are Joshua Hayes from Wigan Best and Joseph Ball from Fleetwood. In the 12-year age group, finalists are Patrick Southill from Fleetwood, Jack Duff from Southport, Alex Blackburn from Everton, Zhao Mingguo from Aquabears, Harvey Kinnear from Preston, Ethan Roberts from Chorley, Thomas Bull from Fleetwood, and George Sutton from Southport. Reserve finalists Oliver Crooks from Bolton and Corbin Wake from the City of Salford. That completes Heat 2. Heat 3. In Heat 3, lane 1 is Skylar Baber from Wigan Best. 2 is Evie Cutter from Wigan Best. Lane 3 is Evie Clare from the City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 4, Katie Lee from the City of Salford. Lane 5, Eleanor Edwards from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 6 is Sadie Clark from City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 7, Emma Gilmore from Oldham Aquatics. And lane 8, Zara Mann from Preston. Event 606, the men's 10 years, 50 metres breaststroke finalists, 13 years age group, are Oscar Smith from Flixton, Jack Ashton from Bolton Metro, Jake Christon from City of Manchester Aquatics, Matthew Charlesworth from Blackpool Aquatics, Leonardo Defort from Isle of Man, Annan Clark from Lancaster, Callum Rowland from Southport, Robbie Bishop from Southport, and your reserve finalists are Alex Dragan from Blackpool Aquatics and Eba Mayer Clayton from Flixton. In the 14 years age group, 50 metres breaststroke finalists are Caleb Griffiths from Crosby, Nathan Hoey from the City of Salford, Max Delaney from Leyland Barracudas, Reuben Robotham Keating from City of Manchester, Lewis Crosby from Stretford, Tom Arkwright from Leyland, Bradley Snaylam, also from Leyland, and Alexander Shearer from Blackpool Aquatics. Reserve finalists are Ben Haughton from City of Manchester and Thomas O'Donnell from Southport. In the 15 years 50 metres breaststroke final, finalists are Fraser Cooke from Southport, Connor Dunkerley from City of Manchester, Toby Ranson from City of Manchester, Nathan Holmes from Preston, Jake Reynolds from Pioneer 79, Ellis Cleworth from City of Liverpool, Joel Pollard from Wigan Best, and Charles Kelly from Southport. Reserve finalists Bailey Boyd Orst from Aquabears, William Bridgeford from the City of Salford. As they come to the end of Heat 3, it's Eleanor Edwards from Burnley Bobcats, a time of 2:32.48 that brings that heat in. We have a disqualification in this heat in lane 4. That result is now confirmed. Heat number 4. And in Heat 4 we have in lane 1, Heather Moore from Southport. Lane 2 is Lola Cragg from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 3, Bailey Peel from Bolton Metro. Lane 4 is Ruby Swinney from Bolton Metro. Lane 5, Chloe Ridge from Wigan Best. Lane 6 is Hannah O'Brien from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 7, Abigail Turner from Flixton. And lane 8 is Grace Jackson from the City of Salford. Finalists for event 609, the men's 50 metres breaststroke, 16 years age group, are Matthew Gregory from Wigan Best, Harvey Lowe from the Isle of Man, Adam Jones from the City of Manchester, Adam Tilling from Liverpool Penguins, Alexander Turnbull from the Isle of Man, Joshua Morrison from Liverpool Penguins, Mason Galley from Southport, and Wunai Tam from the City of Manchester. Reserve finalists Lewis Winston from Leyland Barracudas and Adam Rusk from Prescott. Event 610, the 50 metres breaststroke final for 17 years and over. The finalists are James Parker from Preston, Jack O'Brien from City of Manchester, Keenan Young from Preston, Robert Cowley from City of Manchester, Sam Goldrick, Oldham Aquatic, Jack Roberts from the City of Liverpool, Dakota Ravatali from Burnley Bobcats, George Robinson from Preston. Your reserve finalists are Rio Quarry from Preston and Luke Hoey from the City of Salford. Coaches and team managers, you have 15 minutes to withdraw your swimmers from any of these finals.
Out of the 150 turn, it was Abigail Turner from Flixton, who's got a good lead over next place swimmer, which is Grace Jackson from the City of Salford, down here in lane number 8. And as we come under the flags, it is Abigail Turner from Grace Jackson, and then very, very close, it went to Lola Cragg from Burnley Bobcats over in lane 2, and that's confirmed as a result. And we move on to Heat 5. So if you want to keep up to date with any results, Oh, you want to tweet us about anything? It's at Swim Lancashire. Hashtag LancsChamps 2019. As we mentioned yesterday, we were trying to get, by the end of the day, or by the end of the competition, we're trying to get up to 1,000 followers. And just going through the tweets, we have 910. So we've got 910 followers and we want to get to 1,000. So for another 90, there's more than 90 people in here. So is there any chance that we can sort of like, if you're not following us, could you follow us? And we want to break that 1,000 followers mark on Twitter. So we are at Swim Lancashire. And you can keep up to date with results and such like. But also, let's say if you want to mention, then do tweet us about anything in particular. And if we can read it out as part of our interesting facts. I could give you some more interesting facts later on. Really, but as we come down to the 150 turn, it's Cara Tohill from the city of Salford, from Rebecca Duncan and Petter Chilton. But there's not really a great deal in it. It's very, very close. It could go either way as we come into the final 25. Into the final 15 and coming down underneath the flags. It's going to be touch and go between Rebecca Duncan and Petter Chilton. So in this heat 6, we have in lane 1 Anna O'Brien from Liverpool Penguins, Ella Proctor from Blackpool Aquatics in 2, Lily Medcalf from Flixton in 3, Zara Boland turning in first place at the first 50, 33.59 from Southport, Nicole Lomas, City of Manchester in lane 5, Hannah McMillan from Carnforth in 6, Georgia Sheffield, City of Salford in lane 7, and Adia Tiernan from the Wigan Best is down here in lane number 8. But as we come to the halfway turn, there's still not a great deal in it. In fact, it looks like it could be Adia that turns first. She does 1:12.38, but there's not much between any of them. In fact, there is only about a second and a half between all 8 swimmers. Ella Proctor, returned from Blackpool Aquatics, who turned in second place. She looks as though now she's got the slight edge over Georgia Sheffield and Adia Tiernan. And it is Ella Proctor from Georgia Sheffield and Adia Tiernan. But into this final 50, it's going to be very, very close. And it looks as though it might be Georgia Sheffield that's possibly got a slight edge. Although coming back is Ella Proctor over in lane 2, and coming up very, very fast is Lily Medcalf. So it's going to be Ella Proctor who's going to get the second place. Georgia Sheffield from Lily Medcalf. And then Adia Tiernan. That's confirmed as a result, and we move on to Heat 7.
And in Heat 7, Lane 1 is Scarlett Lazenby Tracy from Stretford. 2, Paige Evans from Carnforth. Lane 3, Abby Myers from Leyland Barracudas. 4 is Pippa Darlington from Carnforth. Lane 5 is Nia Morgan from Wigan Best. 6, Lyra Holmes from Ashton-under-Lyne. 7 is Mia Mason from Flixton. And Lane 8, Jessica Cocker from Oldham Aquatics. And it's Mia Mason, the Flixton swimmer in lane 7, who was first at the 50-metre mark, time of 33.37. On the second 50, she seems to have established a bit of a lead, about half a body length on the rest. She's being chased by Nia Morgan from Wigan in lane 5. At the 100-metre turn, it's Mia turning in a time of 1:10.21. And she has a second lead on the Wigan swimmer, Nia, in lane 5. Coming back strongly on the third 50 is Abby Myers from Leyland Barracudas in lane 3. Also finishing well in the third 50 is Paige Evans from Carnforth. But it's Mia turning first, 1:48.3 for 150 metres. She kicks for home now as they come down into the last 25 metres. It's over a body length ahead of the rest of the field, who are now starting to come back together. And it does look in lane 2 like a Paige Evans, Carnforth swimmer, finishing strongly. A very strong swim from Mia Mason from Flixton. She finishes now in a time of 2 minutes, 25.25. Paige Evans in second. Lyra Holmes from Ashton-under-Lyne with a good finish there, 2:29.24. That result is confirmed. Heat number 8. In Heat 8, Lane 1 is Maisie Gibson from Prescott. Lane 2, Amelia Moss from Pioneer 79. Lane 3 is Georgia Carroll from Wigan Best. Lane 4, Chloe Shaw from Wigan Best. Lane 5 is Freya Kelly from Liverpool Penguins. Lane 6, Sasha Robb from Carnforth. 7 is Hannah Morris from Leyland Barracudas, and lane 8, Holly Brown from Blackburn. And just to confirm, in Heat 7, there was a disqualification for the swimmer in lane 4. That's Heat 7, lane 4 was disqualified. In Heat 8, as they come down to 100-metre mark, It's lane 8, Holly Brown from Blackburn, turning first in 1:10.67. Lane 2, Amelia Moss from Pioneer 79, just a second behind Holly at this point. Rest of the field pretty much in a straight line as they go back up for the third turn. On that third 50, Amelia Moss, Pioneer 79, putting in a good stint. She's turned first in 1:49.26. She's starting to kick hard now as she comes down to 25 metres to go. It's still lane 8, though. Holly Brown tracking her. Can they see each other across the pool? Lane 2, lane 3, and lane 4 coming through. Chloe Shaw and Georgia Carroll. But it will be as they go under the 5-metre flags in lane 2. Amelia Moss from Pioneer 79 finishing first in a time of 2 minutes 25.01. From Holly Brown from Blackburn, Chloe Shaw from Wigan Best in third. It is a confirmed result. Heat number 9.
As we get Heat 9 underway, we've got Neve Pryor from Bolton Metro in lane 1, Robin Jacobs from City of Manchester in 2, Chloe Scott from Stretford in lane 3, Jenna Cross from Preston in 4, Hannah Rusk from Prescott in lane 5, Sarah Glenn, Charlie Marlins in 6, Lucy Parsons, Prescott in 7, and Alana Carruthers from Bolton Metro in lane number 8. Just to let you know how we were going with the tweets, we're up to 922 followers, so we're going in the right direction. That's another 78, just edging herself out, probably about a body length's lead over the other 6 swimmers. To come down into the 150 turn, it is still Hannah from Neve, from Lucy Parsons. Into the last 25, Lucy Parsons is coming back and a teammate, as is Jenna Cross and Neve Pryor. But as we come down into the finish, it's Hannah Rusk from Lucy Parsons and then Neve Pryor. That's confirmed on the scoreboard as we move on to Heat 10. The first 25 is Elizabeth Waring. It's just edged out a slight lead. She will come into the turn first, the first 50. 32.59 from Megan Smith from Southport and Sophia Gilbert. from Flixton. Over in lane 2. I always think that the 200 is a strange event. It's neither a sprint event or a distance event. And it's hard to try and pace it. That you go out too fast and then you hang it on for grim death at the end. Or you go out too slowly and then have too much left at the end. But at halfway, 1:09.52 is Elizabeth Waring, still out in front, just extending that lead to about a body length and a half. And she's keeping that distance between her and Sophia Gilbert from Flixton. Eliza Radcliffe from Liverpool Penguins just starting to come up. And Megan Smith in lane 7 fighting for that second place, but Elizabeth is going to hold on to it. She's going to take it from Sophia Gilbert and Megan Smith. Time of 2:22.85, and that's confirmed as a result. We move on to Heat 11. Heat 11 in lane 1, Zoe Anger Lopez from the city of Salford, Livy Partington from Wigan Best in 2, Letitia Ellis from the Isle of Man in 3, Amelia Woods from Fleetwood in 4, Francesca Brady from Wigan Best in 5, Sophie Park, Oldham Aquatics in 6, Rachel Poole from Garston in 7, and Afia Minnis from the city of Manchester down here in lane number 8. At the first 50 turn, it's Amelia Woods from Fleetwood. It's a slight lead over Letitia and Sophie Park. But at halfway, Sophie Park has eased her way through into the lead. And she turns first from Soy Angle. And Afia Minnis from the city of Manchester down here in lane number 8 has come through in that second 50. She turned in 4th, but looking at it, she's actually moved up into 2nd place. Still Sophie Park at the turn. And it says Afia Minnis has turned in 5th place, but I didn't think she was that far down. She looked as though she was going well down that third 50. into the final 15. It is still Soapy Park, but fighting back Zoe Angel Lopez from the city of Salford, fighting with her stroke as she comes into the final 5. It's going to be Zoe Angel Lopez from Soapy Park and Amelia Woods, and that's confirmed as a result. And we move on to Heat 12.
In Heat 12, we have in lane 1, Ellie Howley from Carnforth. Lane 3 is Freya Miller from Fleetwood. Lane 4, Tiana Kinter from Wigan Best. Lane 5, Ellie Hughes from Liverpool Penguins. Lane 6, Georgiana Bott from Wigan Best. Lane 7 is Martha Miller from Blackpool Aquatics. 32.57, Martha Miller from Blackpool turning first at 50 metres. Martha seems to be consolidating on that lead, and as she goes, she's taking Georgiana Bott from Wigan with her. Although Freya Miller from Fleetwood in lane 3, staying very close with these two, and then lane 1, Ellie Howley also doing well. But a couple of seconds now between Martha Miller from Blackpool and the rest of the field. I have to say, I think 200 metres is a distance event. Any event that doesn't have a final would seem to indicate to me that it's more of a distance event. Therefore, you pace it. As they turn for the last 50 metres, Martha has extended that lead slightly now. Although coming back strongly in this last 50 metres is Freya Miller from Fleetwood. The 10 metres out, Martha Miller from Blackpool, though, has managed to hold on to that lead from the dive. She touches now 2:20.86 from Freya. And touching in third, Tiana Kinter from Wigan, is a result that is now confirmed. Heat number 13. In Heat 13, late 1 is Kate Forshaw from Bolton Metro. 2 is Gabija Rabati from Carnforth. 3, Molly Harwood from the city of Salford. 4 is Hayley Garrick from Fleetwood. Lane 5, Amy Myers from the Isle of Man. Lane 6 is Isabella Evans from Southport. Lane 7, Kate Dutton from Leyland Barracudas. And in lane 8, Amy Barlow from Pioneer 79. And it is the swimmer in lane 5 at the moment, Amy Myers from the Isle of Man. Although going well in lane 1 is Kate Forshaw from Bolton Metro. These two turn together. 2/200ths of a second splitting them as they turn at the 100 metres mark, both in 1 minute, 8 seconds and a little bit. Rest of the swimmers pretty much in a straight line, but these two continue to battle it out on the third 50. Little to separate them, but from this point it looks as if Kate Forshaw will turn first, and she does. And there are still 0.02 of a second between these two swimmers as they turn for home. Not sure if they can see each other in the pool, but who's got the bigger kick as they have them with 25 metres to go. Looks like Amy Myers from the Isle of Man has increased the stroke rate just a bit. Definitely increased her kick. She's breathing hard as they go under the 5-metre flag. She's opened up a body length now, and she's finishing very strongly. It is Amy Myers, 2:20.18 from Kate Forshaw from Bolton. Gabija Raboti from Carnforth in third. Result is confirmed for us now. Heat number 14. In Heat 14, we have Caitlin Gibson from Chorley Marlins in lane 1. Elizabeth Brearley from Blackpool Aquatics is in 2. Ella Roberts from Prescott in lane 3. Aurora Mar Fagato from the City of Manchester is in lane number 4. Lane 5 is Lisa Bazaghi from Bolton Metro. 6 is Francesca Wood from the City of Salford. Lane 7, Olivia Hughes from Bolton Metro. And in lane 8, Connie Roberts from Ormskirk. Turning first at 50 was Elizabeth Brearley from Blackpool Aquatics in 32.14. And it looks at this point like the swimmers in lane 2, Elizabeth Brearley, and lane 3, Ella Roberts from Prescott. If anything, it's the Prescott swimmer who's got the slight advantage as they come up to the 100-metre turn. She turns now, and she's in 1:08.45. Good battle between these two as they turn for the last time. It is Ella Roberts, swimmer from Prescott, who's still holding on just from Elizabeth Brearley from Blackpool. She's being chased down, though, by Francesca Wood, the Salford swimmer, in lane number 6. Aurora Fagato, also from Manchester, not out of the race yet. 15 metres to go. It's any one of 3 swimmers. Also finishing strongly, lane 7, Olivia Hughes from Bolton Metro, but stretching out now with 5 metres to go. In lane 3 is Ella Roberts, and she takes the heat in a time of 2 minutes, 22.37. Just touching out Elizabeth Brearley from Blackpool and Francesca Wood from the City of Salford. Is a result confirmed? Heat 15.
Just a message for our head coaches and team managers that the heat sheets for the finals are available in the coaches room. So if you require a heat sheet for the finals, they are available in the coaches room. This heat 15, we have Millie Galgani from the City of Manchester in lane 1. Lola Barron from Burnley Bobcats in 3. Lucy Coleman from Wigan Best in 4. Francesca Cullen from Bolton Metro in 5. Lauren Airy from Preston in 6. Ella Williams, Pioneer 79 in 7. And her teammate Bailey Siri Kelly is in lane number 8. At the 50 turn, it was Lucy Coleman, followed by Lauren Airy and Lola Barron. And halfway, it is Lauren Airy, sorry, from Lola Barron. As we come down to the 150 turn, it's very, very even right the way across the pool. It looks as though it might be Lauren. It is still Lauren Airy that turns in first place, from Bailey Siri Kelly and Lola Barron. To the final 15, still Lauren Airy, who has a very, very slight lead over all of the other swimmers. She comes in, it's going to be very, very close. Who takes it? It's Bailey Siri Kelly. In fact, it's equal second for our 2 pioneer swimmers, Ella Williams and Bailey Siri Kelly. And that's confirmed as a result. And we move on to heat 16. Oh, nobody in lane 1. Lane 2, Jessica Smith from Flixton. Emma Flannery from City of Salford in 3. Olivia Borland from Southport in lane 4. Alexander Brophy from Blackpool Aquatics is in lane 5. Olivia Brannock from Oldham Aquatics is in lane 6. And her teammate Gabrielle Booth is next to her in lane 7. And Tanisha Benet Smith from Bridgefield is down here in lane number 8. Well, into the turn, it looks as though it's Alexander Brophy from Gabrielle Booth and Olivia Borland. It is still quite even across the pool. Nobody taking advantage at the minute. We're just probably waiting to that final 50. We come into the turn. It looks as though it might be Olivia Borland. It's going to turn. She does turn in first. From Gabrielle Booth. And then Alexander Brophy. But it's going to be a race to the line now. And it could go either way. Down this final 50, it looks as though Olivia might just have it, but then Gabrielle Booth is coming through quite strongly into the final 5. It's going to be touch and go. It looks like it's going to be Gabrielle Booth. It is from Olivia Borland. And then Alexander Brophy. And that is confirmed as a result, and we move on to Heat 17. Heat 17 of 25. There's Hannah Camden. It looks as though she's come through into first place down here in lane number 8. But it is very, very close. It's going to be very... It goes to Mia Smith, actually, at Southport, lane 5. Let's turn first, but looking at the best turn off the wall, it looks like Hannah Camden had the better of the turn. Although the other girls are swimming strongly. I always feel as though you can make up a lot of time on your turn. It seems very underrated. We do a lot of swimming, but not really a lot of concentration on turns. And like you say, in distance races, it makes an awful lot of difference. Short course, yes. And through into the final 15. Mia has come through. It's going to be very, very close, though. Lane 6, Fiona Byrne. Ooh, a tenth of a second. Just in that last 5 to 10 metres did Fiona come through. And nearly taking it from Mia Smith, but that's confirmed as a result, and we move on to Heat 18.
In Heat 18, lane 1 is Lily Duckworth from Pioneer 79. Lane 2, Alexandra Livingstone from Carnforth. 3 is Ellie Lomax from Oldham Aquatics. 4, Jessica Williamson from Wigan Best. Lane 5, Daisy Poole, also from Wigan Best. 7 is Elizabeth Webster from Prescott. Lane 7, Catherine Waters from Pioneer 79. Lane 8 is Jessica Pennifold from Southport. Daisy Poole from Wigan Best was first at the turn, but the Prescott swimmer Elizabeth Webster has come back well on the second 50. Turning now is Elizabeth in lane 7, time of 1:06. And she's just 4 tenths ahead at the turn from Daisy Poole in lane 5. Swimmer in lane 2, Alexandra Livingston from Carnforth. And swimmer in lane 8, Jessica Pennifold. It's between these 4 as they come up to the 150-metre turn. Elizabeth opening up a seconds lead there as they turned. And 25 metres to go. She does look strong coming in, breathing hard now. And the Wigan swimmer, Daisy Poole, in lane 5, stretches out to try and match her, but Elizabeth just increases her leg kick, stretches for the wall and finishes now 2:16.77 from Daisy Poole. And a good strong finish in lane 8 from the Southport swimmer, Jessica Pennifold. That result is confirmed. Heat number 19. And in this heat, lane 1, Ella Bloxage from City of Salford. Lane 2 is Ella Smith from Southport. 3 is Natalie Charlesworth from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 4 is Leah Williams from Pioneer 79. Lane 5, Blay Richardson from the Isle of Man. 7 is Elisa McElroy from Southport. 7 is Beth Hartwell from the City of Manchester Aquatics. And lane 8 is Poppy Bridge from Blackpool Aquatics. The Southport swimmer, Elisa McElroy, in lane 6, taking them down to the first 100. She'll be turning now in a time of 1:05.87. Leah Williams, Pioneer 79 in lane 4. Putting in a good second 100, and Ella Bloxage in lane 1 from City of Salford. Come back very strongly on the third 50. Turning first was Leah Williams, Pioneer 79, just from Ella Bloxage in lane 1. Although Elisa McElroy not out of this yet. So it's between these three now as they come down with 25 metres to go. Under the flags, it looks like it might be in lane 1. Ella Bloxage, head down as she hits the wall, and it is Ella. Time of 2:15.63 from Leah Williams. Third, Elisa McElroy from Southport. That's a confirmed result. Heat number 20. In Heat 20, lane 1 is Ciara Prentice from the Isle of Man. 2, Emily Morris from Garston. 3, Ella Snaylam from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 4 is Amy White from Everton. Lane 5, Molly Gordon from Blackpool Aquatics. Also from Blackpool in lane 6, Caitlin O'Brien. Lane 7 is Georgia Heath from Bolton Metros. And in lane 8, Hannah MacDonald from the City of Salford. And it was the Leyland swimmer, Ella Snaylam, at the first turn, 31.21. Going strongly down the second 50, Georgia Heath from Bolton. But it does look like in lane 3, Ella is still just holding on to a slight lead, although Hannah MacDonald from City of Salford coming through strongly. And it does look like Hannah will be first to turn. She does in 1:05.39. Hannah going very strong down this third 50, maintaining a very good, strong leg kick. She turns first now, 140.90 for 150. But it's not over yet. Georgia Heath, Caitlin O'Brien, both coming back strongly, taking with them in lane 5, Molly Gordon. Both the Blackpool swimmers stretching out now. Also Georgia Heath from Bolton taking it into the last 20 metres. It does look like Hannah, though, has enough to take this heat home. She does now. 2:15.88 wins the heat. That result is confirmed. Heat 21.
And in this Heat 21, in lane 1, we have Lucy Dixon from City of Salford, Katie Rawnsley from Prescott. Here's in lane 2, Jessie Robson from Blackpool Aquatics. Here's in lane 3, Eleanor Kay, Bolton Metro in 4, Grace Long from the City of Liverpool in 5, Kirsten Dronsfield, City of Manchester in 6, Isabel Forrest, Pioneer 79 in 7, and Hannah Edwards from Carnforth. Down here in lane number 8, Eleanor Kay from Bolton Metro. And turn first, the first 50, 30-30 from Lucy Dixon. At lane 6, Kirsten Dronsfield had a good turn off the wall. Has brought her right through into a roundabout, probably the first place. As we come down into the turn, it is between Kirsten Dronsfield and Eleanor Kay. It's Lucy, not far behind. Only it's less than a second. Coming through, Katie Rawnsley in lane 2. Down this final 50, she is flying. When we come under the flags, it might just be Kirsten Dronsfield that's going to take it. It isn't, it's Eleanor Kay, 1/10 of a second. And that's confirmed as a result as we move on to Heat 22. As we come down to the business end, as I like to call it, of the 200 metres, the final 3 heats. And seeded events. Well, actually, this is 4 events, isn't there? Because 22, 23, 24 and 25. But Jessica Smith, first person under the magical 30 seconds for the first 50. and has established quite a lead in this first. It's almost a body length, probably even 2 body lengths. And she turns in 103 from Lauren Bradley Holt. 104.86. Rachel Hornby in lane 3. Can she hold on to this lead? Or is Lauren going to catch her down this final 50? It's into the turn. It is still Jessica Smith. And Rachel Hornby has come through into second place. Only by 0.2 of a second. Not much. But as we're into the final 25, it's going to be the fight is for second place. And it looks as though at this minute it's going to Ella Falkingham from Southport, who has come through from 5th place at the turn into second. 2:15.01 from Emily Unsworth. And that's confirmed as a result. As we move on to Heat 23. Down to the first 50 turn, Victoria Dawson from Southport. Second person under the magical 30 seconds for the first 50. She's in lane 2. The side of her in lane 1, Olivia Sheehan, Wigan Best. The other side is Emily Conway from the City of Manchester in lane 3. 4, Erin Hoyland from the City of Manchester, who turned in second place. Then next to her, Lois Keys from the City of Liverpool in 5. Simone Elson, Pioneer 79. Anna Dutton, Leyland Barracudas in 7. And Holly Barden from Garston in lane number 8. But at the halfway turn, still Victoria Dawson, 1:2.99. From Erin Hoyland. And still at the 150 turn. It's still Victoria from Erin. And then Emily Conway. So first 3 places filled by lanes 2, 3 and 4. Into the final 15. It's going to be Victoria Dawson from Erin Hoyland. And then Emily Conway. As we wait for confirmation of the result. We have confirmation of that result, and we move on to Heat 24. Emma Hodgson, 29.89. And Meadow Dronsfield, 29.90. And those two under the magical 30 seconds. Everybody else on the 30 seconds with tenths of a second. As we come down to the halfway, it's Meadow Dronsfield. (102.67) from Chiara Tomasello. 103.53, and Emma Hodgson just dropping down back into in that third place. 103.89, but we're only talking tenths of a second. That's not as bad as it sounds. It is still Meadow Dronsfield at the 150 turn. And she's now got a commanding lead. Well, actually, it's not that far from Holly Maxwell from Blackpool, who's in lane 8. I think Holly's going to run out of pool before she catches Meadow, but she's coming back at her. It was a good third 50 by Holly Maxwell. She finishes in second place. And that's confirmed as a result, and we move on to our final heat, Heat 25. And in the final heat of this women's 10 years and over 200 metres freestyle, in lane 1, Gabrielle Melbourne-Smith from the city of Liverpool. Next to her is Sydney Bairstow from Blackpool Aquatics. Charlotte Renz from Crosby is in lane 3. Jodie Gittins from Wigan Best turning first at the first 50. 29.56. Is in lane 4. Lane 5, Emma Dixon, City of Manchester. 6, Holly White from Everton. 7, Jennifer Green, Wigan Best. And then in lane 8, Isabel Hartley from the City of Salford. But at halfway, Jodie Gittins from Emma Dixon, Holly White, and then Gabrielle Melbourne-Smith. Jodie is fastest entry, 2:04.50 from Emma Dixon, 2:04.60. Those are the two in the centre lanes, but it looks Jodie Gittins is starting to pull away. Good turn off the wall into this final 50. She is pulling away all the time as they come underneath the flags. It is Jodie Gittins from Emma Dixon and Gabrielle Melbourne-Smith. And we just wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it, and that brings us to the end of event 602. Next event, 603, is for the men's 12 years and over 800 metres freestyle. There are 4 heats, and we start with heat number 1.
And in the 800 metres, heat 1, lane 1, Alex Dragan from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 2 is Owen Salah from Southport. Lane 3, Robbie Bishop, also from Southport. Lane 4 is Joshua King from Bolton Metro. Lane 5, Thomas Morgan from Southport. Lane 6 is Callum Rowland, also from Southport. And lane 7, Jake Christon from the City of Manchester Aquatics. It is Josh King in lane 4 who takes them over the first 100 metres, 1:06.11. And he's just a second ahead of Jake Christon from the City of Manchester down in lane 7. And at the halfway point at 400 metres to go, turning just now is Joshua King from Bolton Metro, 4:43. Followed by Jake Christon, City of Manchester, 4:48. Third place at the moment, Callum Rowland from Southport, 4:52. So it's Bolton from Manchester from Southport.
With just another 5 lengths to go. There's still Joshua King, who turning first place from Bolton Metro, 7:08.92. And we just had a notification to ask that if people are going to get changed on the far side of the pool, would you please do it in the changing village and not on the far side? Yes, Mr. Wilson. The reason being is that we don't want you to become an internet phenomena for all the wrong reasons. So if you're going to get changed, please do it in the changing village and not in full view of the World Wide Web or the internet. And if you could get changed in the changing village, that would be extremely wonderful.
And at the end of heat 1 of the 800 metres, Josh King coming in there, a time of 9:33.41. It's a good 6-second PB for Josh there. Closely followed by Jake Christen, 9:45.66. Again, a very good PB from Jake. 10:02 was his entry time. That result is confirmed. Heat number 2. In Heat 2 of the 800 metres, we have in Lane 1, Max Delaney from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 2 is Alexander Volkovoy from the City of Salford. 3 is Connor Hartley, also City of Salford. Lane 4, Patrick Braddock, Oldham Aquatics. Lane 5 is Liam Carey from Wigan Best. Lane 6, Luca Morelli from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 7, Matthew Charlesworth, also from Blackpool Aquatics. And in Lane 8, Charles Kelly from Southport. And the Wigan swimmer, Liam Carey, going out very quickly on this 800 metres. 29.14 for his first 50. As he comes in now to turn for 100 metres, he is turning in 1:02.34. I have the results of the women's 200 metres freestyle in the 10-11 years age group. In third place from Wigan Best was Evie Cutter. Second place from the City of Salford, Grace Jackson. And the winner in a time of 2 minutes 33.70, Skylar Baybutt from Wigan Best. In the 12 years age group, in third place from Prescott, Lucy Parsons. Second from Bolton Metro was Lisa Bazagi. And the winner in a time of 2 minutes 20.70 from Crosby, Madison Wrens. In the 13 years age group. From Southport, in third place, Jessica Pennifold. In second place, from the City of Salford, Ella Bloxage. And the winner, in a time of 2 minutes 13.49 from Bolton Metro, Eleanor Kay. In the 14 years age group. In third place, from Southport, Ella Falkingham. In second place, from the City of Salford, Lucy Dixon. And the winner in a time of 2 minutes 13.81 from Prescott, Katie Rawnsley. In the 15 years age group. In third place from the City of Manchester Aquatics, Jessica Smith. In second place from Blackpool Aquatics, Holly Maxwell. And the winner in a time of 2 minutes 9.94 was Meadow Dronsfield. In the 16 years age group. In third place from Southport, Jessica Law. In second place from the City of Liverpool, Gabrielle Melbourne Smith. And the winner in a time of 2 minutes 11.96 from the City of Manchester, Erin Hoyland. in the 17 and over category. In third place from Southport, Victoria Dawson. In second, from the City of Manchester, Emma Dixon. And the winner in a time of 2:06.46 from Wigan Best, Jodie Gittins. In the junior competition, in third place from the City of Manchester, Erin Hoyland. In second, from Blackpool Aquatics, Holly Maxwell. And the winner in a time of 2:09.94 from the City of Manchester, Meadow Dronsfield. And in the senior competition, in third place from the City of Manchester, Meadow Dronsfield. In second, from the City of Manchester, Emma Dixon. And the winner in a time of 2:06.46 from Wigan Best was Jodie Gittins. Well done, ladies. Please make sure you go and collect your medals from the coaches' room. And at the halfway point in the 800 metres freestyle, we have, with a significant lead now of about 6 seconds, Liam Carey from Wigan Best in lane 5. He's led from the outset of this race. Lane 3, Connor Hartley in second place. And at the moment in third, lane 4, Patrick Braddock from Oldham Aquatics.
Just a notification to say that we're up to 924 followers. So don't forget to go onto Twitter and follow us at Swim Lancashire. And let's see if we can get 1,000 followers by the end of today. So just 2 lengths left for Liam. Which is 100 metres in new money. came in on an entry time of 9:28, which is a short course time. He's going to be well inside that. 9:21.92 for Liam, well swum. And he takes it from Connor Hartley and Patrick Braddock. And we have confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 3. In this Heat 3, lane 1, we have Jai Bolton from City of Salford, William Naylor, Blackpool Aquatics in 2, Ben Makin, Pioneer 79 in 3, Bailey Reid from Blackpool. In lane 4, Tyler Melbourne Smith, City of Liverpool in 5, Joseph Stout from City of Salford in 6, Oliver Taylor from the City of Manchester in 7, and Ben Porter, whose birthday was yesterday, turned 17, and he's from Leyland Barracudas, and he's in lane 8. At the moment, coming to the 200 turn. It is Oliver Taylor. He turns in 2:09. So it looks as though Oliver could be on an 8:50 pace. 4:25 at 400. Coming through on this last 100 metres, Joseph Stout from the city of Salford has overtaken Tyler Melbourne Smith. So as Oliver comes down to the last 100 metres, .854.62. As Jai and William come into the finish. Now we'll complete heat 3. I'll wait for the confirmation of the result. There we have it, and we move on to our fourth and final heat, Heat 4. And in this fourth and final heat, lane 1, we have Finlay Jones-Wright from Fleetwood. Ben Winterburn from Carnforth in lane 2. Henry Moore from Southport in 3. Ewan Wilson, City of Salford in lane 4. Marcus Day from the City of Salford in lane 5. Samuel Coulthard, Southport in 6. Max Adams from City of Salford in 7. And Carl McKenna from Leyland Barracudas in lane number 8. Fast first 100 metres, just on the 60 seconds. 61 for Marcus Day, Henry Moore 61.82. The 3 Salford swimmers taking up the first 3 places. And 200 metres, 2:05.56 for Ewan, 2:06.30, 8/10 of a second, thereabouts. Between our 2 swimmers in the golden lanes. I feel as though this is going to turn out to be a battle royal between Marcus and Ewan. And I think it's going to be a quick one as well, because neither of them will give an inch. Ewan, a good distance swimmer, as so is Marcus. But Marcus Dayan is good triathlete. Yeah. I believe he's on the performance program for GB Triathlon. Very good open water swimmer is Marcus. And as predicted, our two Salford swimmers in the Golden Lanes are definitely not giving an inch. And Marcus just has the slight edge. But in that final 100 to 50 metres, you can guarantee that Ewan is going to give him a run for his money. And as we said, as we go through into the final 100 metres, Ewan has started to make his move. But Marcus isn't going to give up. Knowing Marcus, he's a very wily swimmer. And as we turn into the final 50, it is Ewan that's got a body length lead. And he's going to come into the finish and takes it from Marcus Day. And then Max Adams, Salford 1, 2 and 3. And as Sam comes in, we have confirmation of that result. And that brings us to the end of our events for this morning, apart from our finals, which are events 6:04 to 6:10 or 6:10. And the finals from the men's 10 years and over 50 metres breaststroke finals. Okay, so now we're going to go into our first of the finals for this morning, which is event 6:04, the men's 10 and 11 years 50 metres breaststroke final. And in lane 1, from Crosby, is William Irvin. Lane 2, also from Crosby, Stephen McKenzie. Lane 3, from Southport, Dylan Foster. Lane 4, from Oldham Aquatics, Oliver Parry. Lane 5, from Blackpool Aquatics, Jonathan Waters. Lane 6, from Oldham, Harrison Byrom. In lane 7, from Fleetwood, Gordon Ballantyne. And in lane 8, from Crosby, Ethan Kelly. And they're your finalists for the men's 10 and 11 years 50 metres breaststroke final. Through the first 25, it looks as though Oliver Parry from Oldham Aquatics probably just has a slight lead over Jonathan Waters of Blackpool. And we come into the finish, it is going to be Oliver Parry. It's not, it's Jonathan Waters that takes it. I think we need a confirmation of that one. It did look like Oliver Parry that took it. It is confirmed as Oliver Parry. And there we have the confirmation of that result. Oliver Parry from Oldham Aquatics from Jonathan Waters and Dylan Foster. As we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 12 years and 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1 from Fleetwood, Patrick Southill. Lane 2 from Southport, Jack Duff. Lane 3 from Everton, Alex Blackburn. Lane 4 from Aquabears, Zhuang Mingguo. Lane 5 from Preston, Harvey Kinnear. Lane 6 from Charlie Marlins, Ethan Roberts. And in lane 7 from Fleetwood, Thomas Ball. And in lane 8 from Southport, George Sutton. And they're your finalists for the men's 12 years 50 metres breaststroke final. As we're through 25, it's Zhuang Ming confirmed as a result. And then move on to our next final, which is for the men's 13 years 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1 from Flixton, Oscar Smith. Lane 2 from Bolton Metro, Jack Ashton. Lane 3 from the City of Manchester, Jake Christon. Lane 4 from Blackpool Aquatics, Matthew Charlesworth. Lane 5 from the Isle of Man, Leonardo Fort. Lane 6 from Lancaster, Annan Clark. Lane 7 from Southport, Callum Rollin. And in lane 8, also from Southport, Robbie Bishop. And they're your finalists for the men's 13 years 50 metres breaststroke final. Looks like Matthew Charlesworth in lane 4, and Leonardo de Fort from the Isle of Man. It is going to be Matthew Charlesworth that's running away with this. He's got a body and a half lengths lead as he comes into the finish. 34.15 for Matthew Charlesworth. Second is Leonardo de Fort. And then Jack Ashton. Our next final is for the men's 14 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1 from Crosby, Caleb Griffiths. Lane 2 from City of Salford, Nathan Hoey. Lane 3 from Leyland Barracudas, Max Delaney. Lane 4 from the City of Manchester, Reuben Robotham Keating. Lane 5 from Stretford, Lewis Crosby. Lane 6 from Leyland Barracudas, Tom Arkwright. Lane 7, also from Leyland Barracudas, Bradley Snaylam. And in lane 8 from Blackpool Aquatics, Alexander Shearer. And they're your finalists for the men's 14 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. Through the first 25, it's Reuben Robotham Keating and Tom Arkwright battling for this first place. And at the moment, it looks as though Reuben might just have the edge. Coming down into the final 5, it looks as though it's going to be Reuben Robotham Keating and then Nathan Hoey, Max Delaney. It's Reuben from Max Delaney, from Lewis Crosby. And that is confirmed as a result. And we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 15 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1, from Southport, Fraser Cooke. Lane 2, from the City of Manchester, Connor Dunkley. Lane 3, from the City of Manchester, Toby Ranson. Lane 4 from Preston, Nathan Holmes. Lane 5 from Pioneer 79, Jake Reynolds. Lane 6 from the City of Liverpool, Ellis Cleworth. Lane 7 from Wigan Best, Joel Pollard. And in lane 8 from Southport, Charles Kelly. And they're your finalists for the men's 15 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. As we come down into the final 15, it's going to be very, very close. It's going to be on the touch. It looks like Jake Reynolds might just have it, but then again in lane 3, Toby Ranson. It is Toby Ranson from Nathan Holmes and Jake Reynolds. And that's confirmed as a result. And we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 16 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1, from Wigan Best, Matthew Gregory. Lane 2, from the Isle of Man, Harvey Lowe. Lane 3, from the City of Manchester, Adam Jones. Lane 4, from Liverpool Penguins, Adam Tilling. Lane 5, from the Isle of Man, Alexander Turnbull. Lane 6 from Liverpool Penguins, Joshua Morrison. Lane 7 from Southport, Mason Galley. And in lane 8 from the City of Manchester, One-Eyed Sam. And they're your finalists for the men's 16 years, 50 metres breaststroke final. Through the first 25, lane 6, Joshua Morrison probably just has the edge over Alexander Turnbull, Adam Tillin, Adam Jones, Harvey Lowe. It is going to be lane 6. Joshua Morrison, 33-2-1 from Alexander Turnbull. Adam Jones, and that's confirmed as a result. As we move on to our last final, which is for the men's 17 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1, from Preston, James Parker. Lane 2 from the City of Manchester, Jack O'Brien. Lane 3 from Preston, Kenan Young. Lane 4 from City of Manchester, Robert Cowley. Lane 5 from Oldham Aquatics, Samuel Goldrick. Lane 6 from City of Liverpool, Jack Roberts. Lane 7 from Burnley Bobcats, Dakota Ravatelli. And in lane 8 from Preston, George Robinson. And they're your finalists for the men's 17 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final. Into the final 15. It is Robert Cowley. It's going to take this from Samuel Goldrick and then possibly Kenan Young. And we have confirmation of that result. Robert Cowley, City of Manchester, 28.97 from Samuel Goldrick. 29.94, and then Kenan Young 30.44, and that confirms that result. And all it leaves me to say is, our officials, please leave the pool deck.